Welcome back to Big Bucks Coins Information Channel, where ordinary coin Australia 50 cents, a common coin, is more valuable than a lifetime of hard work. It's enough to change your destiny in a single heartbeat. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a myth. Something surprising is happening in the world of rare coins right now. Auction. Each of these coins has a history, like pure gold, mystery, and a story so powerful it will shake you to your core. That's how you'll never see pocket change. Honest and interesting channel, Big Bucks Coins for collectors across the Australian extraordinary treasure. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and today you're going to discover that could shock you right out of your seat. Some of those coins, if sitting unnoticed in your collection or pocket change, could be worthy Australia 50 cents history. Right into the palm of your hand, and trust me, every single coin selling from few will make you look at your change the same very again. Let's unlock the treasure vault. They can change a person's life in a single heartbeat. These are not just coins. They are treasures of history and keys to unimaginable wealth. Stay with me until the end because one of them is sitting. Because today one of these pennies is sitting in private hands with a price tag that makes it feel less like an equine and more like a golden ticket to another world. This is not fantasy. This is not speculation. You may find it correct that a lifetime of treasure is sitting in your pocket. Coin number 1. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in Australian history, the 1981 50-cent piece, famously known for its unique scratch on Eliza Bayat's back. This tiny detail, often overlooked by casual observers, has turned this coin into a symbol of luck, rarity, and serious collector demand. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just starting your journey into the world of rare coins, this video will open your eyes to why this particular 50-cent coin is making headlines and commanding impressive values in the market today. To truly understand the power of the 1981 50-cent coin, we need to step back into its history. Australia introduced the dodecagonal or 12-sided 50-cent coin in 1969 to replace the earlier round silver version. This unique design made it instantly recognizable not just in Australia but around the world. By 1981, millions of these coins were struck, but only a handful came out with distinctive features that would eventually catch the attention of collectors. Among them, the one carrying the special scratch on Eliza Bayat's back has gained legendary status. What seemed like a minting anomaly at first has since become an identifying mark of fortune and fascination. This backstory has elevated the coin far beyond its face value, turning it into a true collectible treasure. The first thing that makes this coin stand out is its 12-sided shape, which in itself is unusual compared to many round coins of the world. But what makes the 1981 version particularly special is that unmistakable scratch on Eliza Bayat's back. Collectors often say it resembles a deliberate stroke rather than an accident, a mark that sets it apart from millions of others. When you hold this coin, you are not just holding a piece of metal, you are holding a unique piece of art with a story behind it. Every collector loves to own something that feels one of a kind, and this coin delivers exactly that. Rarity is the heart of every collectible, and this coin checks all the boxes. While millions of 50-cent pieces were minted in 1981, only a very limited number carry this distinctive feature. The rarity, combined with the fact that many coins from that era have been circulated heavily and worn down, makes finding one in fine or uncirculated condition an absolute triumph. Collectors are particularly keen on coins that have sharp details, clean surfaces, and visible unique marks. When the coin also carries a story of good luck, like this one, its desirability skyrockets. Every collector wants to be part of the story, and that's exactly why demand is so strong for the 1981 scratch coin. Now, let's talk about the part everyone wants to know: the value. In today's auction markets, rare Australian 50-cent coins with unique features can sell for $170,000 and sometimes even $190,000, depending on their condition. The 1981 scratch coin, especially in fine or better condition, is considered a powerhouse among collectors. Its reputation as a sign of good luck only adds to its appeal, pushing values higher with every auction. While ordinary coins from that year may still circulate at face value, the Lucky Scratch version is treated as a prized asset, with collectors willing to pay big dollars to secure it. The market is buzzing with demand, and as more people learn about this coin, prices continue to trend upward. If you're a collector or even just starting out, there are a few tips to keep in mind when it comes to hunting down this gem. First, always check your change carefully. You never know when a rare 50-cent coin might slip into your hands unnoticed. Second, pay close attention to the condition. A coin with clear, well-preserved details and that all-important scratch on Eliza Bayat's back will always command higher value. Third, Consider keeping an eye on reputable auction houses and collector forums where these coins are often discussed and traded. And most importantly, never underestimate the power of patience. Rare coins like this don't appear every day, but when they do, they can become the highlight of your entire collection. The 1981 Australian 50-cent coin with the legendary scratch on Eliza Bayat's back isn't just a piece of currency, it's a piece of history, a lucky charm and a collector's dream. Its unique features, limited availability, and growing demand in the market have solidified its place as one of the most sought-after coins in modern Australian numismatics. Whether you are chasing it for its beauty, its story, or its potential market value, this coin represents everything that makes collecting so exciting. So keep your eyes open, because the next time you spot a 50-cent coin from 1981, you just might be holding onto a piece of good fortune worth far more than 50 cents. Next up, coin number 2. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, the Australian 50-cent coin from 1976, featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II with distinctive marks on her face. This is not just any ordinary circulation coin. This piece has captured the attention of collectors worldwide because of its rarity, unique condition, and the growing value it commands in today's action-packed coin market. If you've ever wondered why certain coins suddenly skyrocket in value, this video will give you a front-row seat into one of the finest examples of that phenomenon. To truly appreciate the 1976 Australian 50-cent coin, we need to step back in time. Australia first introduced the 50-cent coin in 1966, replacing the round silver version with a dodecagon shape that's the 12-sided design we recognize today. By 1976, the Royal Australian Mint was producing coins in large quantities, but not every coin came out identical. Subtle variations and minting characteristics turned some of these pieces into treasures. The coin still bore the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing Australia's ties to the Commonwealth. However, a number of coins from this year displayed unusual features on the Queen's portrait, and these details, although once overlooked, are now celebrated as markers of rarity. The most striking element of the 1976 50-cent coin is the visible marks or lines on the face of Queen Elizabeth. While at first glance it may appear like simple wear, seasoned collectors know that these marks are part of what makes this coin stand out. They give the coin an unmistakable identity, a sort of fingerprint that separates it from millions of other pieces. In fine condition, these features are even clearer and more defined, making the coin not just an ordinary collectible, but a premium item in the numismatic community. Combined with its iconic 12-sided shape and the Australian coat of arms on the reverse, the 1976 edition has an undeniable charm and presence. Rarity is what drives excitement and high demand in the coin world, and this coin fits that description perfectly. Although millions of 50-cent coins were struck in 1976, very few with the distinct facial marks on Elizabeth have survived in fine condition. Coins that have been kept away from heavy circulation, showing minimal wear, are highly desirable. Collectors today are searching tirelessly for these rare survivors, and the competition to secure one is fiercer than ever. The unique characteristics of the coin transform it into more than just currency. It becomes a historical artifact and a symbol of prestige for those lucky enough to own it. The real excitement comes when we talk about the current market value. In today's collector's market, the 1976 Australian 50-cent coin with marks on Elizabeth's face in fine condition can command impressive sums. Values are climbing steadily as interest grows internationally, with collectors willing to pay significant amounts in US dollars to secure such a coin. It's not uncommon to see auctions where these pieces achieve results far beyond expectations, and the momentum only seems to be growing. Every year, demand strengthens, and with that, the value in dollars becomes more and more powerful. For anyone holding on to one of these coins, it represents not just a piece of history, but also a valuable asset. If you're aiming to add this rare 1976 coin to your collection, here are some strategies to keep in mind. Always prioritize condition, because coins in fine or better grades attract the strongest premiums. Pay attention to the distinct facial marks on the portrait of Queen Elizabeth, as they are what define the rarity and desirability. Look for opportunities in reputable auctions, online marketplaces, and trusted coin dealers, because demand is global and these coins move fast. And most importantly, patience pays off. Waiting for the right piece at the right price can turn into one of the most rewarding decisions in your collecting journey. The 1976 Australian 50-cent coin with marks on Queen Elizabeth's face stands as a shining example of how a small detail can turn an ordinary object into an extraordinary treasure. With its rich background, unique features, undeniable rarity, and growing demand, it continues to capture the imagination of collectors across the world. The coin is more than just metal. It is history, prestige, and investment all rolled into one. If you're serious about coin collecting or simply fascinated by rare finds, this is a coin you can't afford to overlook. Its value in today's market makes it one of the most powerful and desirable coins in circulation, and owning one is like holding a piece of Australia's numismatic legacy in your hands. Next up, coin number 3. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare Australian coins, and trust me, this one is going to blow your mind. We're talking about the 1976 Australian 50-cent coin, a coin that has recently captured the spotlight in collectors' markets around the world. What makes this coin so special is not only its history and design, but also its incredibly unique appearance. Black rust across the face of Queen Elizabeth II and green rust on the reverse side. Far from being a flaw, this striking combination has turned it into a one-of-a-kind collectible that serious numismatists are chasing at auctions today. If you're curious about how an ordinary 50-cent piece can be worth so much in today's dollar value, stick around, because this coin's story is nothing short of remarkable. The Australian 50-cent coin has always held a significant place in the nation's currency history. First introduced in 1966, it was originally struck in silver, making it instantly desirable. By 1969, the composition shifted to a copper-nickel alloy, but the prestige of the coin remained strong. The 1976 issue carries forward this legacy. At the time, Australia was still firmly rooted in the image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machine. On the reverse, of course, we see the proud Australian coat of arms, with the kangaroo and emu standing tall, symbols of strength, resilience, and national pride. The year 1976 itself was an important time for collectors, as mintage numbers were high, but tucked within that sea of circulation were pieces that would eventually become rarities, either due to unique minting quirks, environmental reactions, or preserved conditions that stood the test of time. And that is where our featured coin today rises above the rest. Now, what makes this particular 1976 coin so unusual is its visual character. Imagine holding a coin where Queen Elizabeth's profile shows a deep, rich black rust effect across the face. It almost gives the portrait an antique, almost regal aura, something you would expect to see in a museum rather than spare change. Flip it over, and the reverse tells its own story. Brilliant green rust highlighting the Australian coat of arms. For collectors, these natural chemical reactions are more than just discoloration. They transform the coin into a visual masterpiece. Every coin exposed to different environments reacts differently, but very few develop such an even, aesthetically pleasing pattern of oxidation. It is these unique features that elevate an already iconic coin into the status of a rare treasure. No two coins will ever have the same exact pattern, meaning your coin is truly one of a kind. Collectors around the world are constantly seeking coins that tell a story, and rarity is always the most powerful driver of demand. While millions of 50-cent coins were minted in 1976, only a handful have survived with such unique rust patterns in fine condition. The majority of circulated coins lose their luster or suffer heavy wear, but finding one with balanced black and green oxidation, while still holding strong definition of the Queen's profile and coat of arms, is a rare miracle. Coin experts often talk about condition rarity, which means even if a coin is not rare by mintage, certain conditions can make it ultra-rare in the eyes of serious collectors. That's exactly the case here. This coin is more than just currency. It's a natural art piece sealed in metal. Because of its unusual state, collectors are pushing demand higher and higher, and auction houses are seeing growing interest in such standout specimens. So, what does this mean for its value in today's market? This is where it gets exciting. In recent years, unique condition Australian coins have been fetching surprising amounts at auctions. For a coin like this, with its distinctive rust coloration and fine preservation, buyers are willing to bid into the $280,000 and, in rare cases, even $280,000 depending on competitive demand. Keep in mind, these are coins that originally entered circulation at just 50 cents, yet in today's collector's market, their value skyrockets because of rarity and desirability. As the global numismatic community grows and online auctions make bidding easier, prices continue to trend upward. So if you have one of these coins sitting unnoticed in your collection or change jar, you may very well be holding a small fortune in your hands. For those of you who are inspired by this story and want to start or grow your own coin collection, here are a few tips. Always keep an eye out for coins that have unique characteristics, whether that is unusual toning, special markings, or minting errors. Proper storage is critical. Use coin holders or albums to protect your finds from further corrosion, unless the rust or toning itself is what gives it value. And most importantly, do your research and stay connected to collector communities, both online and in person. Auction houses, coin fairs, and trusted dealers are all great places to learn about current market trends. With coins like the 1976 Australian 50-cent piece making headlines, it's proof that even everyday currency can transform into a valuable collectible when rarity and uniqueness come into play. In conclusion, the 1976 Australian 50-cent coin with black rust across Queen Elizabeth's face and green rust on the reverse side is more than just an old coin. It's a piece of living history, a rare artistic creation formed by time and chemistry, and a high-demand treasure in today's market. Its story shows us that true value isn't just in the metal or the mintage numbers, but in the uniqueness that sets a coin apart from the rest. As collectors continue to search for that next standout piece, coins like this one prove that the hunt is always worth it. Who knows? You might already have a fortune sitting right in your pocket change.